Welcome to Betrayal Affairs. In today's video, I never imagined that one night, something as simple as walking into my bedroom could change my life forever. My home had always been my safe space, my refuge from the chaos of the outside world. But that night, everything shattered. That night, I opened the door to my own room and found a stranger sitting in the shadows, waiting for me. At first, I froze. My breath caught in my throat as my mind scrambled for answers. Was this a break-in? A robbery? My body screamed at me to run, to scream for help, to do something, anything. But I didn't. Instead, I stood there, staring into the dim light filtering through the curtains, trying to make sense of the figure seated casually on the edge of my bed. He wasn't armed, at least not that I could see. His posture wasn't threatening, but there was something about the way he sat there, so calm, so deliberate, that sent chills down my spine. And then he spoke. "You don't know me," he said quietly, his voice low, steady, almost rehearsed. "But I know you." Those words cut through me like a knife. My heart pounded so hard I thought it might give me away. I glanced toward the hallway, half expecting my husband to appear at any moment, but the house was silent. He wasn't home yet. And I suddenly realized that this man knew that. He knew when my husband would be gone. He had chosen this moment. "Who are you?" I finally managed, though my voice trembled. The man leaned forward, and the light caught his face. He was young, maybe late 20s, with sharp eyes that seemed to pierce straight through me. There was no smile, no hint of friendliness, just a quiet intensity that made my skin prickle. "I'm someone your husband knows very well," he replied. My stomach dropped. The ground beneath me seemed to tilt. My husband?
What did he mean by that?
"You're lying," I whispered, though deep down I already sensed that he wasn't. He tilted his head slightly, studying me. "I wish I were." And just like that, the air between us shifted. The fear that had gripped me didn't fade, but it twisted into something else. Curiosity, dread, confusion. 1,000 questions spun in my mind.
Who was he?
Why was he here? And what did my husband have to do with any of this? I should have run. I should have called the police. But instead, I stepped further into the room, closing the door behind me like I was sealing myself inside a trap. My hands shook as I folded them in front of me, trying to keep my voice steady. "Tell me why you're here." The stranger's gaze softened, if only slightly. "Because you deserve to know the truth." The truth. 2 simple words, yet they hung heavy in the air, thick with menace. My marriage hadn't been perfect, but I thought I knew where I stood. I thought I knew who I had married. "Start talking," I said, surprising myself with the sharpness in my tone. He leaned back, as if settling in for a long conversation. "Your husband isn't the man you think he is. And I'm here because he's been lying to you for a very long time." My throat went dry. Every instinct told me not to believe him, to push back, to defend the man I had built a life with. But another part of me, a quiet, wary part, remembered the late nights, the unexplained absences, the moments when I had caught my husband staring at his phone, smiling at messages I was never allowed to see. "Prove it," I challenged. He reached into his jacket, and I flinched, my whole body tensing. But he only pulled out a phone. He unlocked it, scrolled, and then held the screen out toward me. I hesitated before stepping closer, my eyes locking onto the screen. And what I saw made my stomach churn. It was a photo. My husband and this man, together. Not just casually, but close. Too close. My husband's hand on his shoulder, both of them grinning, their bodies angled in a way that spoke of intimacy, of secrets. "No," I whispered, shaking my head. "This doesn't mean anything." "It could be. It means everything," he cut in firmly. "We've known each other for years. Longer than you've even been in the picture. And all this time he's kept you in the dark." The room spun around me. I stumbled back, my hand clutching the doorframe for support. 1,000 memories rushed through my head. Our wedding, Our vows, the nights we spent dreaming of the future. Was it all a lie? Why are you here? I asked again, my voice breaking this time. Why now? He stood, slowly, carefully, as though he didn't want to frighten me further. He wasn't threatening, but his presence was overwhelming, suffocating. Because I'm done hiding, he said simply. And because you deserve to make a choice, with all the pieces of the truth, not just the ones he's been feeding you. My chest tightened. A choice. The word echoed in my head like a warning bell. Do you want me to leave him? I asked, barely able to say the words. He didn't answer right away. Instead, he took a step closer, his eyes locked on mine. I want you to see me, really see me, not as some intruder, not as a stranger, but as the person who's been there all along, even if you didn't know it. My pulse quickened. The distance between us shrank until I could feel the heat radiating from his body. My instinct screamed at me to back away, but I didn't. Something about his presence held me in place, rooted me to the spot. I shouldn't be here, I whispered, more to myself than to him. Maybe not, he said softly, but you are.
And so am I.
And maybe that means something. His words sank into me like poison and honey all at once. Dangerous, intoxicating. I should have pushed him out of my house. I should have ended it right there. But instead, I found myself asking, what do you want from me? His gaze darkened. The same thing he's been taking from you all this time, your trust. Your loyalty. Your heart. Before I could respond, the sound of a car pulling into the driveway shattered the moment. My heart lurched. My husband. Panic shot through me. You have to go, I hissed, my hands pushing at his chest. But he didn't budge. Not until you decide, he said firmly. I can't. Yes, you can. The sound of the front door opening echoed down the hall. My husband's voice called out casually, unaware of the storm brewing in the bedroom. And in that moment, I realized I had seconds to choose. To shove the stranger out the window, to hide him in the closet, to do something before everything unraveled. But instead, I stood frozen, my body trembling, my heart torn between fear, betrayal, and something I didn't want to name. The stranger's eyes locked onto mine one last time. Decide, he whispered. And then the bedroom door handle began to turn.